I cheated on my girlfriend of 2 years with an escort, and the only thing that saved me was a trip to Panera Bread afterwards. I'll never ever do it again.
La Panquatia. Wait, this is my...
We had two very different reactions to that title. What was going on there?
No, sorry, I just got excited, and then I said an inside joke. Maybe that wasn't appropriate.
No, it's okay.
Can you say it again? I got excited because I was like, oh my God, they're getting juicier. And this happens to me all the time. I read stories. After the first one, I get, oh man, here we go.
This one
settles in.
This one is insane. I cheated on my girlfriend of 2 years with an escort, and the only thing that saved me was a trip to Panera Bread afterwards. I'll never ever do it again. So this comes from True Off My Chest, where people can anonymously post confessions. So he's posting a confession here. So me and my girlfriend have been dating for 2 years now. I really love her, but I've had a sex addiction side to me that's taken over my life. Guess I don't really love her if I'm cheating on her, right? Well, after months of research, I wanted to meet this escort who I've been seeing online in ads. So I told my girlfriend goodnight and instead Ubered to the hotel where the escort is staying at. She was beautiful, but the whole time I was imagining my girlfriend. It wasn't the best experience. After we finished, I left, contemplated telling her, but didn't. So after I left, I Ubered to Panera Bread to get something to eat. My girlfriend knows I like going out to restaurants by myself. I actually prefer eating alone as I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I finish and Uber home. 2 days later, she hits me with the, so did you go anywhere of note 2 days ago? I say no. She then pulls up Uber receipts from my email showing I Ubered to a hotel. I logged into my email on her computer a couple months back. I was shocked. I was caught, I felt ashamed, and I was shook. I didn't know what to do, so I did the worst thing possible. I lied. I said Uber took me to the wrong location, since I'd only been there 20 minutes before Ubering to Panera. She found that plausible, I guess. I gaslit her saying that she doesn't trust me and that she doesn't love me. That Ubering there was an honest mistake. She knows it wasn't an affair because she's been with me the entire month. It was just a quick 20-minute escort visit. She couldn't ever imagine me using a sex worker. So we argue, but ultimately we agree that I went to Panera Bread and came home. It's been 2 months since then. I got an STD test and it came out clean. I want to love my girlfriend the way she deserves, although I know deep down I don't deserve it. But again, who said this world is just and fair? We're both extremely happy and in love. I don't feel much regret anymore. I hope we live happily ever after.
Okay, 20 minutes?
Okay, that doesn't allow for going up the hotel, going up the elevator, saying hi.
Yeah.
Getting going.
Foreplay. Taking off
mean-
your boots. My God, if you had boots on, that's 10 minutes. What the hell was that?
That also means dropping off all the way up, calling an Uber to leave from there.
The boy saw this escort, did the thing immediately.
And then left and went to Panera? What did he get? Broccoli cheddar?
We haven't even gotten to that. We can't even get into this yet. I haven't even addressed the restaurant choice yet. Amanda? I'm still on how fast he pee-pee-peed himself. Ew. Okay? Because that's what people do when they come, right? They pee-pee. And then...
No, pee-pee and are not the same thing.
And then we'll get to how late this Panera's opened and how...
Wow, I didn't think about that aspect.
What if he met the escort at 6 p.m.? Also, if my boyfriend was like,
well, she went to bed. It's after the girlfriend went to bed, I think, or said goodnight to her.
So either she's lame and goes to bed early, or this Panera's open late.
Or this guy, it sucks, and he's like, I'm gonna take an Uber to Panera to get broccoli cheddar soup and eat by myself, because that's what I prefer.
Why'd you Uber to Panera? Well, I got drunk.
Yeah, I got drunk.
Or he goes, babe, the broccoli and cheddar makes me so nauseous. You know I don't need to be behind the wheel after.
My God.
So
nightmare.
This is the thing. This guy is awful. I can't believe he even wrote I don't feel much regret anymore.
Because he's in denial.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna that. And, well, it makes you a worse person, I think, when you have to do that to yourself and you have to shove it away. You then, I think, you lose a part of your soul because you start to lose empathy.
Or it's also what they say, when you lie to yourself so much, especially with how short that was. He's probably just only thinking about Panera and replacing it, especially with just Uber ride, just being I only Ubered there.
Yeah.
Well, and over time, our memories alter.
Yeah.
Memories don't stay intact, so we can kind of alter our memories. So, some funny wording here. After he says, So he's like, it wasn't. He talks about being with the escort, and he goes, after we finished, I left, and then after Panera Bread, he goes, I finish and Uber home.
This guy sucks, man.
I
He
like how
pee-pees and
You know what's
pee-pees.
funny? He talks about he gets a lot of enjoyment out of eating alone. I think he had more enjoyment from Panera Bread than with this.
Oh,
It
100%.
sounds like he did. 20 minutes, he was probably at Panera for 2 fucking hours.
Dude,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be so funny if the escort went to Panera Bread too and they both were just like,
I was like,
shit.
She was like, the broccoli cheddar makes me shit. He's like, well, yeah, me too.
My personal take on this is just like the reason I've never cheated on someone, and the reason I can't is because I wouldn't be able to, like, I can't keep secrets like that. I would have to
Crumble.
The only way I could like get away with not telling them is if I just broke up with them immediately. I'd be like,
Yeah.
we're done. I'm done. We're breaking up. I gotta go, and I'd have to
You
leave.
walk into a wall.
But I would still feel horrible. I would have to tell them.
That's why I think this guy is literally using Panera.
Panera Bread.
Whoa, where'd you go?
That was so embarrassing.
Yeah, really embarrassing.
I think he's using Panera Bread literally as like your brain's like trying to like heal itself and like not go into trauma mode and like use
Yeah.
it as like that's the only reason why I went.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of comments here. Your girlfriend is only happy as you say because she doesn't know how disgusting you are. You lied and gaslighted her, and you're making light of it in the comments. Consider the pain she will feel when she finds out, and she will because you will become more sloppy and careless. Consider the irreparable damage you're inflicting on her self-esteem by lying and gaslighting her, and leave her alone. He responds, exactly my point. It's been done. I can live with the guilt and hurt I've caused. Why does she need to be in the crossfire? I've changed and am trying to be the best I can to her. Sometimes it's not as simple as black and white morals. She won't be able to live with herself if she knew. I don't want her to feel that pain. What a fucking asshole.
I know,
Oh my
that's an
God,
asshole.
crossfires.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Someone else commented, she needs to leave you before you do it again. OP said, good thing she won't, and she'll never find out. I have her right where I want her. Smiley winky face. I'm happy, she's happy, and I don't plan to do it ever again. So the commenter said, I'm sorry, but I have her right where I want her gave me literal chills. Do you understand just how disgusting you sound? He said, I admit that was a terrible choice of words. I do feel remorse, but think that this way is more optimal happiness situation for both of us. I can't lose her, even if it was my fault. Another commenter said, what a piece of shit. This is so specific that here's hoping someone sees the post and shows the girlfriend. Another commenter replied, assuming it's real, it looks like someone did. Update.
Scroll down, scroll down.
Scroll down.
Let's go.
Oh my God! In my fan fiction version of this, I printed out. I printed out at all the Paneras because hopefully they go to Panera together.
Do you
know what
want
I mean?
some of this blanket? I can't tell.
Here we go.
Okay.
I am the girlfriend. I left him. Don't know what to do next. Parenthesis, it wasn't Panera Bread, by the way. He lied about Panera Bread.
What? I had made so many broccoli cheddar jokes. What the hell?
If he lied about Panera Bread, I don't know what to believe.
About? Oh,
Oh
God,
my
is it
God.
like Applebee's?
How did she find this?
Okay.
Wait, keep going.
Where do I even begin? It's been a whirlwind of the last 6 hours for me. Thanks to Reddit for doing your thing. I was tipped off by a girlfriend who saw the thing come up on her recommended feed. I searched his phone and came across all kinds of messages with girls and escorts he didn't even bother deleting. Coming across these things in the boyfriend, who I thought was the most sweet guy on planet Earth, felt like a gut punch. We were together for 4 years, actually. I can't believe he did this to me. He looked at me and tried gaslighting me again about how that was all a work of fiction and that none of it was true. It was just to provoke a reaction on Reddit. But after seeing the messages, I couldn't believe him anymore. I gathered some things, left our apartment, and am staying with my parents right now. Lesson learned, y'all. Don't trust Texas boys, where I'm from. Besides that, I feel like I'm a candidate for Broken Heart of the Year because I've never felt so distraught and betrayed in my life. The pain I'm feeling can't even begin to be described by words. Maybe I'll feel more and explain later, but for now, I'm just sticking to the grieving process. He was the love of my life. He even met my mom and dad and my 2 younger brothers. I thought I was going to be able to marry him and make him the happiest guy on earth, but it turns out he had other plans. He ate at a Potbelly, not a Panera, by the way. Weird way to try and disguise it. Thanks again to Reddit. You guys saved me. I'm grappling with what to do next. I don't know where to go with in my life without him.
I thought Potbelly was only in the airport.
I have never
What the hell?
Confession, I've never heard of Potbelly.
It's only in the airport, and it sucks.
I don't think they make restaurant only for airports, Amanda.
You know what?
I think you're the weird one here.
I think you're insane and you're
this is-
gaslighting me right now.
This is look, this is the thing that I have noticed is like, I think like, if you're in a relationship with someone or if someone's talking to you and they're like, oh yeah, like I cheated, but I'm not gonna do it again. It's like, you're probably gonna do it again. Like they, especially if you're not telling them and you're not communicating and you don't feel remorse. Like he was lying to everyone. This guy's just a liar.
Did I hear that he had multiple escorts?
Multiple. Oh, no, he had tons of messages with girls. He was lying to Reddit. He clearly was, as you were saying, he was lying to himself. He loves like telling this fiction to himself of like, I did it once and it's fine, but he's actively doing this all the time.
Why did he lie about Potbelly?
That is the
He was trying to
biggest-
cover his tracks so that
biggest
nobody would find the Reddit
mystery.
story, but he wasn't doing a good enough job. He's an
Have
idiot.
you guys ever on Reddit stories had someone pop up and go, I am the other woman
Yeah.
in the thing?
Have you?
We've had
Like when someone shows up in the comments as a party of the story?
this type of thing does happen on Reddit a lot.
I know, I've just never seen this in,
People
like-
find Reddit stories. Like if you're gonna post on Reddit being like, oh, I cheated on my girlfriend or I lied to my girlfriend, it's like there's a good chance she's gonna find it. Not because they'll often be like, my girlfriend's not on Reddit, or like throwaway accounts my girlfriend doesn't find it. It's like, but you might have friends who have Reddit and like
Yeah.
they're gonna see it.
Or they might be watching a Smosh video.
It makes me also think that her friends fucking knew that this guy,
Yeah.
and they saw this and like, that's Steve. That's Steve.
They went
for
some
sure.
piece of trash that Ubers to a Panera. I know who that
Potbelly.
is. Potbelly.
Oh,
No disrespect, but
important information here. Potbelly is a sub sandwich chain originated in Chicago in the 70s. They do milkshakes.
only?
No, they do the sub sandwich chain,
So he just
they also have milkshakes.
So he wanted a sandwich and a milkshake after boinking it?
Probably because his boink
the
was
worst
only little, because it was 5 minutes, and he probably was like, I need something else.
Okay.
Something else.
All right. Look, that one seems done. I'm happy she found out. I feel bad for her, but like, dude, she dodged a massive bullet.
But what?
This asshole was like, we're gonna spend the rest of our lives together. No,
I got her right where I want her.
She got out of it. Thank
That is
God.
some big betrayal legacy.
No.
All right. Next story. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend's mother she raised a fucking sociopath who needs to be in a facility? So I, a 26-year-old woman, have a boyfriend who's 24, and recently he got into a dispute with the neighbor's kids. They accidentally kicked their football into our yard, and they came into the garden to get it back. To be honest, I didn't care, but my boyfriend started screaming at these 11-year-olds about how they are poorly raised and their parents should be ashamed. I was fucking mortified. I sent the kids some chocolates and sweets and apologized profusely for his behavior. I was seeing red flags and told him this behavior was not normal. He kind of brushed me off, and I told him if he pulled anything like that again, he was gone. The next week, the ball came into our garden, and I was about to throw it back to the kids when my boyfriend stormed outside and took the ball inside. I told the kids that I would bring it back in a minute. He went into the bathroom and emerged like 10 minutes later wearing gloves and a football covered in shit. His own shit. What the f***? I asked him if he was out of his fucking mind, but he stormed past me and threw it over the fence screaming, "Take that, you bitches."
Shane.
Okay, just give us a second. Now we're ready. Yeah.
I screamed, and girl, I mean screamed at him about how he was a fucking douche, and I wanted him out of my house, and he is a disgusting fucking monster, that they were just kids. I screamed, and eventually he left. I deleted all his games off his PS4 and gave it to the kids as an apology. I was so embarrassed. My ex-boyfriend's mom messaged me asking what happened, and I responded with, "What happened? What happened?"
Yeah, right.
You are a pathetic excuse of a woman who raised a fucking sociopath.
Wait, whoa, wait.
He covered a football in his own shit and threw it at some kids, and he needs to be in a facility because something is wrong with him. And God knows how I hadn't seen any red flags about the fucking monster you raised during the 7 months we dated. I know I am in the right for what I did to my boyfriend, but am I in the wrong for snapping at the mother for something she had no direct involvement in? So that's poop ball. Look, man, I know there's a lot of fake stories on Reddit. This one, I believe, because it's just like the details of it and the way it like is layered and how she's like, I'm not the asshole for this stuff. Am I the asshole for how I reacted to the mom? I'm like, I think this is real, man. And it's nuts. This goes like, dude.
I just,
Do you think it was on top of the ball or all around?
I think it was
the ball?
all around it.
So he had to put his hands.
That's why the gloves. That's what the gloves were for.
The gloves, you know what? Somehow, the gloves somehow make it worse for me because I'm like, that makes it more clinical. That makes it more like
calculated.
Calculated. I'm like, he literally was
there
like,
was intent.
There was intent.
I was so mad. I shit on a ball and no. I got gloves from somewhere, probably weren't in the bathroom, and covered a ball in shit.
I'm begging you, I really want to read her monologue as a monologue to her mom. You know what I mean?
What happened?
Okay.
Give it to us.
Thank you. I'm auditioning for the University of Michigan's musical theater program. Okay. So you have to be his ex-boyfriend. Ask me what happened. His ex-boyfriend's mom.
So what happened?
What happened?
No, it's too much already.
Okay.
I don't understand. What happened?
What happened? What happened? You are a pathetic excuse of a woman who raised a f***ing sociopath who covered a football in his own shit and threw it at some kids who needs to be in a facility because something is wrong with him. And God knows how I haven't seen any red flags about the f***ing monster you raised during the 7 months we dated.
And then it cuts back to the theater room of the Oscars, and it's on you, and you're like,
yeah.
Thank you. This doesn't make sense at all. Like,
no,
what
it's
a
really
weird,
bad.
what a weird.
Angela Giratana, poop ball. And the Oscar goes to Octavia Spencer. Thank you.
I botched that because it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
weird...
I think it's more. It's like almost like, are you serious?
Why she's in this to his
You know
mom?
exactly what I think.
I think she's in a bit of shock right now.
The woman is saying, "What happened? Oh, he told you, and you're still taking his side. What happened to me? No. What did he tell you that you're saying what happened? Because you clearly already know something happened."
So I needed to do some scene study before that.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll workshop it.
Some comments. You're the asshole for sending the message because I'm sure she would have maybe understood how angry you were if you came across nicer. But wow, I can't even imagine being in your position. Has he done anything like this before? Edit. I did not mean that OP is the asshole for the entire situation. It's a very soft, you're the asshole. Sorry for any confusion. OP responded, no, I always thought he was calm. It came completely out of the blue. Someone else said, everyone sucks here. Your ex is a madman, and yeah, I'm all for dumping his ass and kicking him out of your house, but his PS4 was not yours to give away, and to be honest, while it's possible that mother did a terrible job raising him, you yelled at her and berated her for stuff her grown-ass adult son did. That's super uncalled for. OP responded, I paid for the PS4.
Woo!
Oh, so that's cool.
Woo!
Yeah.
Come on down to the K. Oh, no.
Reminder, he's 24. Like,
oh, no.
Fully grown. Someone said, you're the asshole. Sometimes kids grow up to be wonderful because of the parents who raised them, and sometimes they're serial killers. I wouldn't have assumed it was her fault, and now she has reason to say something similar to your mother.
She also, didn't the mom just ask what happened?
Yeah, that's the only context we have is she's just like, hey, what happened?
That says he is not telling me everything that I need to know, and I'm coming to you. I'm like, I know he might be.
I'd be curious what how the mom texted that or phrased that, because if she just goes, hey, like, you guys broke up, what happened?
Or, yes.
Yeah, or like, you know, as opposed to, what did you do to my son?
Is that what it says?
No, it's just said,
what happened?
She messaged her saying what happened. That's why I'm like, okay, yes.
It should have been a phone call.
But I think she had so much
Yeah.
so much going on in her head.
Yeah, 100%.
You just witnessed a traumatic thing.
Yeah, you're right.
That's insane. Yeah.
It just needed a little more communication.
Totally.
Again.
It's like, you know, like when you're fighting with your partner and then you have that one moment where you get to be like fucking crazy and irrational and you just like unleash. It happened to his mom. Like, you know, like she didn't do it to him.
Well, she's probably scared of him for good reason.
He covered a ball in shit with gloves.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. If I watch someone cover a ball in shit and throw it at some kids, I'm probably not gonna try to. I'm probably gonna be like, I'm out of here.
So she was like, let me scold your mom instead of him. Yeah, I get that. I guess.
I don't get that. I mean, I get it, but I don't like
I don't, yeah.
It's not the right move.
No.
No. Bro, the perspective of those kids is those kids had a Stranger Things like story. This is a kids on bike situation where they're like, dude, we all experienced something together that will bond us for life.
For life.
Yeah.
You're never forgetting this
If an evil
ball.
clown comes out of the sewer, they're gonna be like, we got this. We have handled way worse.
They're like,
I mean,
Holy
dude.
shit, when you get this ball.
It's a bit of a gift to those kids. Those kids, they're gonna meet up when they're 40 years old and be like,
poop ball.
poop ball, dude. Yeah, dude, poop
Like,
ball.
what's up, how are you? Yeah, we've been through the shits together.
Yeah.
And it's like, too, when they come back as adults.
Well, that's poop ball. Those are some of the best Twitch
Guys,
classics.
those are some really good ones. That's
They're
like reading the
very
Old
good.
Testament.
They're very good. Reading them for the first time live on Twitch was insane. Because it's like, whoo, and you know.
Ball.
But you're getting the chats like
Oh, the
interaction. Whereas
chat.
nowadays we do these and then I see the comments and sometimes comments point out something that I'm like, oh man, I didn't think of that. Or,
Yeah.
oh man, I was wrong there. But it's a blast. My husband, who's 42, has informed me he intends to go on a gaycation with his brother-in-law, a 35-year-old man, in Ibiza. How do I handle this?
Okay, wait.
Well, first of all, pronounce it properly. Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Okay.
Okay. Hi there. I really wish I didn't have to make this post, but here goes. So me and my husband have been happily married for about 16 years, give or take. We both have stable careers, good family life, and are fairly fortunate despite the cost of living racking the UK right now. We have 2 boys, 15 and 10, and up until this Sunday, thought we had it pretty good. We argue sometimes, of course, but it never gets too bad, and we have a pretty decent sex life with some exploration, but I won't get into that. Long and short is, on Sunday, just after I dropped our boys off at their friends, my husband asked me if we had the house alone, and more importantly, do I have a minute? I said yes, and he sat me down, then got out this printed poster for some sort of orgy and started explaining to me the concept of a gaycation. How it's where straight men go to somewhere with sun, sand, and booze and become gay for the duration of the trip, but that's fine because it doesn't actually count, because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. I was just completely silent and mortified, even more so when he said he was looking into booking a trip to Ibiza next year with his brother-in-law, his sister's husband, to experience it for himself. When he finally let me speak, I just said, I need him to be clear with me. Is he gay? Because if yes, that's okay, but we need to figure out what happens going forward. I didn't let myself get angry or upset. I was just stunned. He swore up and down he's not gay and he's 100% attracted to women and of course still loves me and our boys. So I said, well, do you think you're bi maybe? And he got very defensive, saying how I need to drop the accusations and that this is the beauty of the gaycation. It allows straight men to experience gayness without actually being gay and how it's like going to an aquarium. And again, he was adamant he doesn't find men's bodies or genitalia exciting at all, but he needs to experience this apparently. I said, well, I'm really not comfortable because even if he was bi, this would be explicitly cheating on me, and he got very angry and reiterated he's not, because that's the beauty of the gaycation.
What is this?
I just had enough and left the room.
Well, honey, that's the beauty of the gaycation.
Well, that's the beauty of it.
Anything goes.
It's
and
kind of like
nothing counts there.
It's kind of like a lucid dream.
yeah.
I ignored him for the rest of the day, but we spoke at tea where I again asked him, why does he want to do this so badly if he's not gay?
Yes!
he said how he's interested in how gay men's lives differ to straight men's, and that unfortunately, once the gaycation begins, it's simply impossible for a man to resist, and he must surrender himself, mind, body, and soul to the gaycation or be destroyed.
What? What?
I really can't put into words how surreal it was, because he was speaking so matter-of-factly, and he again insists this is a thing that straight men do all the time, and how he's actually doing it a bit late. I just said to him, if he has any love for me, then he can't go ahead with this, and if he does, the marriage will be dead. We didn't speak anymore after that. Since then, he's mentioned no more of it, but somehow, and this is what scares me a lot too, that decision genuinely seems to be tearing him up. He didn't go into work on Monday and only went in a half day yesterday because he told me he just felt too ill and he just looks distraught every time I see him. I really don't think he's wholly gay, though. I can absolutely believe he's bi, but I'd rather we talked about that in a healthy way rather than this incredibly weird denialism around going on a sex holiday to Ibiza. Has anyone known straight guys to do this and come back and just go back to being straight? Like, surely that can't be a thing that happens. I'm so out of my depth here, and I just don't know how to even initiate the conversation. For the record, I also haven't mentioned it to his sister yet. I don't know how I'd even break it to her. Thanks for any help. I just don't even want to think so. Being able to get this out there has helped even just a little bit. Edit. While this blew up, this has been incredibly sobering, and I think I've now confirmed that I already knew to be the case. The marriage is dead, one way or another. In a way, I was in denial about that. I have contacted my sister-in-law, and she initially screamed at me, calling me a liar, and even insinuated I was trying to steal her husband. She rang me back shortly after, apologized, and admitted she was in deep, deep shock. I have asked my parents to look after the boys, and we're going to meet tomorrow to discuss this deeper. I have also texted my husband and told him we will need to make alternative accommodation arrangements, but he will not be sleeping here tonight, and a bag will be waiting for him. P.S. I see a lot of people asking about the aquarium, and at risk of doxing myself, there is a pretty famous aquarium in the UK called The Deep. At the very end, you walk through a tunnel that goes underneath the main fish tank, so it's quite immersive, I suppose. My husband explained the aquarium thing in that it's a bit like that. You go there and you observe the fishes, you even get a bit up close, but you never actually enter the water. Get emotionally invested or become a fish, gay, so it doesn't really count. It was a very bizarre analogy, and I pointed out it still makes no sense, and he just got more in a huff, and how I just don't get it, and frankly, I still don't.
Okay, but you're in the water. You're not observing the fishes. You're on the vacation.
You're all the way in the water.
Yeah, like you're
a fish.
You're
a fish.
He might not be a fish. He might not be a fish.
But he's swimming with.
But he's
at
swimming with
least
the
a
fishes.
mermaid.
Yes, he might not be a fish, but he's definitely paddling in the water.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I will say, I have been out. I've lived in West Hollywood for a long time. It is for those who don't know West Hollywood, it's a super gay place. It is gay everywhere. It's gay, and yeah, it's gay everywhere. And going out there, there's a whole strip of like 17 bars that are all gay bars.
Yep.
And living there I've lived there for 3 years, and specifically in West Hollywood. But living there have been so many people who have their straight friends come visit or come move here, and they will be in our friend group, and they will come out with us, and they will go out and be a part of our group, but they are straight. And they'll get hit on, and it'll happen, and sometimes they might even go home with a person. They'll experiment. It's very normal.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing. You can go, you can experiment. And then they're like, yeah, that actually wasn't my thing. I am straight. And then everyone's like, oh, there's a stigma of people who are like, no, you're not. You're not straight anymore because you did that thing. Well, I did that thing, I didn't like it, and now I know what I like.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with figuring that out.
So I just wanted to say that before we get into this.
Totally. Totally.
Thank you.
She's like,
No, and
well,
thank
he's
you.
gay. He's got, and everyone listening is probably like, well, he's gay.
That's a gay
He
man.
has to be gay. No, he
Right.
doesn't.
He's probably bi and never experimented at all.
He could be bi. He could be straight and wants to experiment still. He's like, oh, that's something that I want to try.
Yeah.
And then he might like it. He might not.
The issue,
can change.
I don't think the issue here is his sexuality.
No, it's not.
The issue is he's married, and,
Yes.
and he wants to go to a place. He's literally like, I'm
Yes.
gonna go have an orgy. Like, it's like,
Is he gonna have an orgy? Did he?
but that's what he showed her. That's what it says.
That's the beauty of the gaycation.
She described it as an orgy poster, but it might just be a bunch of half-naked men.
But like, the problem is like, he's still describing, like, what he's describing is inferring that he's going to go
I wish she would have
be
asked.
in a situation where it's even
He
if
did
it's
say mind, body, and soul.
yeah, it's also like, even if it's a situation where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna have sex, but I'm gonna go watch some other people that are there have sex. It's like,
Right.
that's still cheating. Like,
Yeah.
you're still, what you're telling me is,
Right.
what she's upset about
Yeah.
is that it's like, hey,
Right.
what? Like, this is
Yeah.
a whole lot of layers. She doesn't even seem to be upset about it. Yeah, I think she's trying to make sense of it. I don't know. It is, you're
Yeah.
right, there's some vagueness to what is being described here.
Yeah.
He's explaining it like an aquarium.
Yeah.
So that's the best
Which
we
is
have.
awesome to be
A fish.
right. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go watch the little things do their little thing. It's like, okay, well, buy a ticket and give me the money then.
Whoa. The fish make the proceeds from the.
As you know, as we all know, all the fish in an aquarium are rich.
I think I understand though her inferring, and it's
course.
what I'm inferring.
I would think
I'm
that too.
also
I'd be like,
inferring.
are you
that's,
gay?
That's my assumption. Well, no,
Why
I'm
do
saying
you-
I'm saying my assumption that this is going to involve sex.
Sex,
This is
yeah.
going to involve
Yeah.
something, like kissing.
Yeah.
Like anything sort of.
When he
that's
said mind,
cheating.
body, and
Body.
soul,
He added body to that.
He did add body to that, but it's like I'm picturing gay as in like happiness, going, dancing. I have a whole different experience.
But he's just going to be gay in that time
Right.
period.
yeah,
I guess what
you can be gay without having sex.
I know.
Look at us right now.
I'm not f***ing anyone right now.
I know.
Not a
but
penis
Right
to be
now,
seen.
I'm not f***ing anyone.
I
And
guess
I'm still gay.
It's just
You can go being gay it's a spirit. It is. It's an energy. Like it's not just like.
And that's the beauty of the gaycation.
That's the beauty of the gaycation.
just like on the beach drinking a pina colada, just like I'm gay
gay.
right now.
Exactly.
Out of a little straw with an umbrella. Yes. You can be gay without the sex. You can just go be gay for a night. Go dance. Go to your local gay bar and be gay for a night.
You can be straight and do those things too, right?
That is.
Can you?
I don't know.
You know what? I certainly can.
I haven't been to a straightcation.
It's almost. I haven't been. I've never
Guys,
been.
let's go on a straight-cation.
Most cations are straight-cations.
Why can't she go with him?
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was saying.
Let's disguise
Yes, bitch.
her as like a little twink.
And then if he's. No, she can just go. No, she can just.
No.
But if she goes with him, and if he's being honest about being straight, then he has someone to like hook up with. Like he gets to go do the thing, and you get someone that you love that you're married to go have sex with. Well, she should go with him. I'm into that. I'm like, she should go be gay too.
This is the resolution.
Yeah.
This is our answer to the story.
Wouldn't that be so much more fun if you're straight to go on a gaycation with your wife?
Yeah. I mean, the main take is like, this isn't going to work out. Obviously, he needs to go do this, and that doesn't work with her. So this isn't going to work out this way. He should still go on the gaycation because that's his journey. They should break up, and she should find someone who doesn't want to go do that. Yeah. I just wanted to.
I'm just so mad. I'm not mad, but I'm just like, I just want more communication. Is there an update?
We need far more clarification on
Yes.
what's going
yeah.
on.
I need to know what is happening.
Because I've never heard of this in my life.
And
Right.
it also sounds like someone has sold him on this gaycation.
Yeah.
The brother-in-law.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
In
Yeah.
Ibiza. Okay, comments. Your husband isn't proposing a gaycation. He's proposing cheating on you with men while using magical thinking to pretend it doesn't count. The fact that he's planning this with his sister's husband makes it even more disturbing. His bizarre explanation about surrendering mind, body, and soul isn't straight man curiosity. It's someone desperately trying to justify exploring his sexuality while keeping his heterosexual marriage. His depression about not being able to go isn't about missing a vacation. It's about being forced to confront his sexuality without his convenient "what happens in Ibiza stays in Ibiza" excuse. His meltdown over not going shows how desperately he wants to avoid facing this reality. OP responded, I read over this multiple times, and I guess the worst part is I know you're completely right. Lastly, someone said, I'm a straight European man, and this sounds completely absurd. If it's so normal, why then is the only thing that shows up on Google a docuseries from 2016?
Yeah, I've never heard of a gaycation.
I've never heard of this before. Anyways, update.
Okay, let's fucking ride.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'm
Okay,
ready for this.
I'm really hoping that he is straight and just wanted to go have fun. That's my hope.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I last posted, I'd contacted my husband to tell him he wouldn't be staying at home tonight and a bag would be waiting for him. As you can imagine, we argued quite badly. I won't go into the specific details, but no, I'm 100% on board with the fact at a minimum he's bi, might even be gay altogether. We've had arguments in the past, but I've genuinely never seen him have such a childish tantrum before, screaming about how I just don't understand the gaycation. Absolutely despise that phrase now, and insinuating I'm actually homophobic because I refuse to allow him to participate in this cultural exchange with the gay community. A lot of you said to ask him if it'd be acceptable if the roles were reversed, and I did ask him, would it be acceptable if I went and slept with other guys during that week? Like fucking clockwork, he was very angry and offended, saying it's completely different because a gaycation means nothing, and what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation.
So he did want to sleep with people.
Yeah.
So doesn't actually count. Whereas I'd just be straight up cheating. Well, I turned it around on him. No, but you see, what happens in Manchester stays in Manchester. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't count. It's like bird watching. And I think it got through to him. He went all quiet and then started crying, admitting the thought of me sleeping with another man is destroying his heart, but relationships need sacrifices. So agreed, while in tears, that when he goes on the gaycation, I'll get 1 week in Manchester to do whatever I want. He doesn't want me to, but that's fair in a twisted way, he supposed. I told him to get out of my house. Thankfully, he left without a fight. I know it's incredibly petty, but I also drained the joint bank account, legal in the UK, so he couldn't try to use it against me. About an hour later, I got rang up by his mum, my mother-in-law, who just screamed and screamed at me about being a cheating whore. What about the kids, etc.
What?
He must have
Yeah, he said
that.
some stuff.
When I finally got my composure back, I just said, ask your son about the gaycation. Obviously, at first, she got angry, but I said, no, just ask him about the gaycation. He'll explain, but she called me a fucking joke and hung up. Later on, getting into the evening, I got another phone call from her in floods of tears. She was very apologetic, and I told her she doesn't need to be the one to apologize. She was so upset she put father-in-law on the phone, who, while he sounded calm, I could just sort of tell he was on the warpath. Again, very apologetic, and said he overheard that phrase, asked my husband, and husband initially said, no, it's nothing, before explaining how it's a modern thing men do, and gave them the same spiel about how what happens on the gaycation, men cannot resist the gaycation, how a man must surrender to the gaycation, etc. Father-in-law just said they told him to leave or they'd call the police. Don't care where he goes, but he wasn't staying there. My husband tried to call me while I was on the phone, but I just ignored it, and father-in-law just said he was so sorry for me, and they have my corner in this, so that's one thing. Told them to be there for their daughter, because it sounds like brother-in-law is involved. Husband didn't tell them that, and father-in-law just said he had to go because he was so angry. Got a text from my husband after the phone call, which was all weirdly rambly, saying how I'd abused the gaycation to destroy his marriage and destroy his life, and again insinuated I, and his parents, was homophobic for doing such a thing. Told him we'll talk when he grows up and blocked his number. I took a day off work myself to have the locks changed this morning so that 500 pounds gone, whatever. At least I know he won't be coming back. I'm going to look into how to proceed with a divorce, and then we'll move from there. So I haven't yet met with sister-in-law. She was in such a state and has taken this far worse than I have for reasons that'll be clear soon. We're going to maybe try tomorrow, but we did talk over the phone, and I eavesdropped on the conversation with her husband, where she put her phone on speaker and I went on mute. Her husband got home earlier. She made him come home, told him there was an emergency, and just said to him, can you please explain what a gaycation is? She told me afterwards she was praying he'd look confused or just be like, what, or anything like that. But instead, he just sat her down and explained that a gaycation is a new thing where straight men go to gay hotspots and participate in gay sex acts, but it doesn't count because there's no investment and because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. If I hear that phrase one more time.
Oh, I hate this.
He said it's like writing down angry thoughts and putting them in a drawer. You never have to see them again.
Oh, God.
The whole time, sister-in-law is in tears as he just calmly bats off the same points my husband did about how it doesn't count, and he even did the whole it's impossible to resist, you must surrender or be destroyed shit. I seriously think they must be speaking to a dominatrix or something, because surely neither of them are that into this to actually make that up on their own. I really don't want to go into what was discussed for her sake, but it did become very apparent to me that the brother-in-law is into sissy hypno porn, and at times conflated that with the concept of a gaycation. There was this utterly surreal moment where sister-in-law is just trying to wrap her head around this while also in floods of tears, and he explains so genuinely, so matter-of-factly, that for most men, the gaycation is either a one-time or annual thing, but some men go on the gaycation for years, and others simply never return because they use hypnosis and mind control to be totally feminized into a state of permanent pseudo-gayness. She said in disbelief, surely if you're taking it up the arse willingly because you want to, that makes you gay. And he said, no, because that's the beauty of the gaycation. You can do all this gay stuff, but you don't interact with the wider gay life experience. She asked him if the sissy stuff is what he wanted, and he said, not on a long-term basis, and was adamant this is something all straight men do, but she wouldn't get it because she's a woman. Then there were more insinuations of homophobia. Well, that marriage is dead too, I suppose. The whole ordeal ended when she said to him he has a choice to make, and he said no, he doesn't need to make this choice because the beauty of the gaycation is that it allows him to keep his marriage because it doesn't count. She said that's not the choice. The choice is whether he's leaving the house that night or she is. The only good thing is he did leave. Me and sister-in-law spoke about it after that, and I'm just still utterly stunned. I understand she's gone to her parents for support. What exactly did we do to have our lives destroyed in such an abrupt, bizarre, embarrassing way? Per some advice, I'm going to look at devices and bank statements to see if I can find any definitive proof of cheating. After that, I suppose I'll figure out how I tell the boys why their father won't be coming home. Edit, spoke to my other sister-in-law. My husband's family is older sister, him younger sister / original sister-in-law, and gave her a skimmed-down version of it. She asked her husband, and thankfully he was deeply confused, but then mentioned about 2 years ago at a birthday party, he was approached by my husband and brother-in-law about signing up to some online boot camp around BDSM cross-dressing. He assumed they were taking the piss out of him, so told them to fuck off and never really thought of it again. The fact that this has been going on for that long is making me want to throw up. P.S. For the poster who said about divorce options, I'm actually going to look into adultery because plain and simple, that's what this is.
Wow, I am so disappointed in this dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel sad.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I think this is sad. I think this is sad because it shows the lengths people go to like they can't confront things.
Yeah.
There's so much around it that they can't just face the.
And
it's so insane.
It's the world we live in.
It
where,
is. I was about to say the societal
shamed,
pressure.
It's shamed so much. You're not allowed to I think what you said was important earlier of people's ability to experiment because clearly he never could in his life. He's now been married for 16 years. He's got something inside that he's struggling with, and it's. When you have a desire, when there's something in you and you are literally pushing it down, I'm talking a realm of anything.
Yeah.
That leads to destructive behaviors.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to kind of find some other path, and he's found his way here to convince himself this is how he can do it. I want to feel really badly for the guy. And I feel bad for something that is going on inside.
But unfortunately.
But where we have ended up now is that's the
And he had an out. He's been doing it for a long time. But she asked him, she was like, I still love you. But we need to figure this out right now. Like what you're talking about, I'm your wife of 16 years.
Yeah.
Now, this is the time to figure it out and talk with me, communicate.
Right.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that. No. Which it is a lot of pressure and it's a lot on him, but
and it's
the only way to do it without blowing up.
Yeah, because this is it's just tough. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful on so many levels. I'm a little curious. I'm curious what your thoughts are because this is the thing. She's got put through a whirlwind, right? So any decisions she's making, it's I understand this is all happening so fast. Her going to his parents and telling them, ask about the gaycation. Do you think that's in a way did she need to do that? Because is it in a way kind of outing him to his parents?
Yeah.
And their reaction, the dad's reaction has me okay, what do his parents think about the possibility of him being gay?
That sucks.
Because there's a reason he is pushing it down so hard. At the same time, I'm I said, what she's going through, I'm
oh, it's awful.
And you're worried about what the ramifications of separating are going to be.
But it's just like, so I'm not mad at her. I'm not saying she's an asshole, but it's just like,
Right. There's definitely homophobia in the story.
Sure.
Like there's that, some of the reactions. I mean, yeah, that's like, you know, oh, you're cheating. Ugh. But to be like, I'm sorry. It's like, okay, you're adding on a layer of also, oh my God, my adult son is gay. I'm gonna go blow up. You know?
Yeah.
Or gayish or whatever.
Yeah, it's just really, it's sad on so many levels, because it's also sad that he didn't feel comfortable at any point. And this is his own thing. This is his own battle, to talk to his wife and be like, you know, I wonder if I have feelings. I wonder if I feel like, you should feel comfortable talking about that.
Maybe they could have done the gaycation at home with one person and had a mutual experience.
Even just, or just like, maybe just talking about it would be enough for him.
Obviously, yeah.
Like, oh my God, that would have been freeing for him to be like, oh, and that's okay.
Yeah.
This guy is struggling, it seems like, with not being okay with something.
Yeah.
That's all he needs. That's all he needs. He's trying to find a way of being like, and this doesn't count. And he kept reiterating it.
Yep.
That's all he needs. Just come out. Just come out. And it's like, it's a hard, it's
so hard
just
to
do it. Just start talking about it. Well, that's the block. That's the block.
I know.
That's the whole thing.
And I think it's very clear to me, like from the subtleties of like, oh, and nobody in his life is okay with it.
No.
We're not, I mean, she did say like, I'd be okay with this, but who knows where up into his life, how everybody's talked about it.
That's true.
So it is a tragedy.
It's sad.
It's very sad. But at the end of the day, too, like, they're gonna divorce, he will be single, and
here's this opportunity.
Now we will see. Anyways, wildness scale.
10 out of 10.
That could be the 10.
That's our 10.
That could be the 10.
And that's the beauty of the gaycation.
And that's the beauty of the gaycation. What happens in the gaycation stays in the gaycation.
It's also like, I hate this guy going to Greece and then taking advantage of all these gay people too. It's like, I'm straight and I'm just gonna do it here and then it won't count. No strings attached. What?
Our next story and our final story. This one comes from True Off My Chest. Hairstylist has been taking/keeping my hair.
Big smile from Brandon.
Brandon's like, no
mine
way,
too,
man.
mine too. They found me. That's me, man.
OP writes, I'm weirded out. I'm also going to be vague because obvious reasons. I'm a woman in my 30s and my stylist is in their 40s. I got my hair cut today at a stylist I've been using for about 9 months now. I think this is my 6th appointment with them. I usually do a trim or cut/style. Today I went from long hair, high lower back to an A-line bob. Again, since I started seeing this person, I usually get maintenance/trim. This time was a dramatic length adjustment, so they took a picture of the cut length on the floor to add to their social media, intending to take before/after pictures. That's all totally fine and normal. They go grab a broom, sweep up the hair, and place the dustpan on the counter for a bit. Again, normal. They grab the broom and pan and head to the back of the shop. They're gone for a few minutes, no biggie. Then they go out to smoke. But here's where it gets weird. The bathroom is in the back of the shop. I need to go and step into the back. I don't really notice anything on the way into the bathroom. I go and start to head back out. But I notice my name on a small clear tote on the table. It has no lid, and it has my hair in it. At first, I didn't really think much of it, but I looked closer and saw it's not just today's discarded hair, but looks like at least a few of my trim sessions, mixed with, it looked like potpourri and a little sand or something, and printed pictures of the cut hair with dates. The printer is sitting right next to it with today's discarded hair pick in the tray. There didn't seem to be any other containers like this when I looked around. It was fucking weird, so I took a picture on my phone. I honestly didn't know what to think or do and went back out into the salon. They came back in and I mentioned that I went to the restroom and they seemed to freak out a little, but didn't mention it. I didn't really know what to say, so I just let them finish styling my hair, paid and left. As a socially anxious introvert, this was my nightmare. I got home, and the more I looked at this picture, the more sick I got. I ended up texting them an hour ago, sending the picture and requesting they remove the weird box of my hair and asking for an explanation. I said, hey, so I saw this and didn't know what to make of it. Can you help me understand what this is and why you have it? I'm not comfortable with you having this and request you please discard the contents. Also, even though I loved my cut, I believe it's best if I find a different stylist. They haven't responded. LOL, what the f***?
I hate this. We hate this. This is making me sick. Potpourri.
Not the potpourri, not the sand,
Not the pictures.
not the dates.
The printer.
The dates. Because I was like, oh, maybe this person collects hair to make like cool wigs. No. It feels like a weird thing. Yeah. It's disgusting. It's got potpourri in it, and they got the dates and pictures. It's fucking disgusting.
That's so many hairs. I don't. That actually, I could. If we kept going, I could. You get it, right?
Yeah.
And when they sweep it up, they go, "Look how much hair you have." Yeah. Oh my God, we'll sweep it up.
collection today. Yeah. Put it in. Oh, my Amazon potpourri package came in.
The ability for her to see that and go and sit back in the salon and get styled after.
No. She's like, maybe a middle part. Damn.
That I hate all that. That might feel more cringy than the person sleeping on your bed.
Wow.
This is scary.
I don't know why hair on top of hair, and it's your hair, and it's your life, and your hair is memories, and why don't. I don't like it.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. From previous cuts, that got me. Where you go, oh, this is my hair from March.
Awful bold of the stylist to keep it in the salon.
Next to the bathroom.
Where I'm like, you're gonna get found out.
And it's only her.
Yeah, I guess so.
Put it under your bed.
Comments. Wow, that sounds strange. I'm curious as well. Good for you for sending the text message. I see your message as mature, fair, and calm. OP says, I appreciate that, but full disclosure, it took me a few hours to get calm enough to send that. I'm totally skeezed out.
Yeah.
Someone said, you absolutely handled it better than I would have. I would have taken it and confronted them. This really is the beginning of some crazy I survived episode. Thank God you're not going back. OP said, I honestly had no clue how to respond. The whole situation was so bizarre, and I can't imagine what the purpose of this would be. I told my husband about it, and he got goosebumps, which was super scary for me and made me feel like I may have underreacted to the issue. But I guess I am glad I got out of there without a confrontation, because who knows what might have happened if I'd brought it up to them. Someone said hair in small containers with other items makes me think of spell jars.
Dude, I would have snatched it and
Look,
put it under my coat or something.
you know, I'm a skeptical person. I don't necessarily believe in magic. But if someone takes my hair and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna use this for spells, I'm gonna be like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
No, of course.
No, you're not.
They're sitting down.
Absolutely not. Like, I don't necessarily 100% believe in that, but I don't want to find out.
Yeah, no.
You know, I'm not going to find out with my hair.
Yeah, what about no?
Yeah.
Yeah, potpourri and sand and salt and shit.
Dates and pictures?
Dates.
Update.
Oh my God.
It's been about a week, and with the holiday, I've been all over the place, but I ended up going to law enforcement to make a report last Monday. I'll likely end up going back if this person keeps contacting me like they have been. Sunday, the day after I got my haircut, I woke up to a bunch of texts from the stylist. It woke me up because even though I have Do Not Disturb on my phone, I have a setting that overrides that if there are repeated contact attempts over 3 in case of emergencies. Here's what I got. 3:49 a.m. I don't recommend going to a different stylist because of this. It's not a big deal. In small towns, people talk, and you may not find anyone that will take you after this, so I'd reconsider. I don't like threats. 3:51 a.m. So I have your biological material, and it's my property now. I can do with it what I want. I kept it because I can, and it means a lot to me. 3:54 a.m. Why did you send the pic? I know what it looks like. It's mine. 4 a.m. You need to respond to me because I think it's a misunderstanding about what this is. It's no big deal, and saying you're switching stylists has me triggered. I do good works. You said so.
You're triggered?
Yeah, come on.
4:04 a.m. I also charge a $350 client separation fee. So yeah, you can't just say you're switching stylists without more consequences.
What?
And I know you said you already tried a few people before me. There aren't many beauty people in the area. 4:11 a.m. Asking for an explanation for a stylist having hair in a salon is crazy. Where else would you find hair? I didn't do anything wrong, but I will get rid of it if you're gonna cry about it. But only if you say you won't be switching to anyone else for your hair care. You mean a lot as a client and always tip well, and I do good work, so it doesn't make sense.
We know she means a lot to you.
Maybe don't threaten someone who does your hair or hurt their feelings by making accusatory statements. I didn't respond to any of those that morning because it was so insane to me. I need to process things fully before I make a decision on how to deal with it, so I just didn't respond. Sunday afternoon, I started getting phone calls. This person called me 14 times that afternoon. About every other call, they left a voicemail. Most of the voicemails just said, call me back, or text me back, but 2 of them were unhinged. I'm going to paraphrase, but the gist of the first one was,
Yes.
Call me back, I'm getting scared you won't come back to me for your hair for real. I just like how your hair feels. That's why I kept it. Call me. It sounded like they were crying. The second unhinged message was left late Sunday night at 11:38 p.m. and it said, I got rid of it except for one lock. I found out I like watching your hair burn more than I liked keeping it. I didn't respond to any of those messages, calls, or texts. The whole thing has me freaked out now. I decided by that time I was taking Monday off work to go to the police. Even if they couldn't do anything, I wanted to file a report for the weirdness. I woke up Monday to an email from the stylist with an invoice for $375 for client breach of contract fee.
My asshole.
As the chargeable line item. The email body was just, for being a bitch.
What?
I'm sorry, that's unfortunately hilarious.
Wow.
It was sent from their business email too, so they're really doing everything they can to ruin themselves. Even if I had a contract with them, which I don't, the original amount was for $350. They can't even get their extortion fees right. I did email them back stating that we had no contract and to cease all further communication with me from this point forward. I got ready and started heading to the police station around 9:45 a.m. Monday morning. I live in a rural area, so there are portions of my drive to and from our main town that don't have cell reception. When I finally got to town, I had 4 voicemails. I knew immediately who they were from. I talked to one of the officers on staff. They took my statement, a copy of the email, and asked me to forward all the texts and screenshots of the numbers of calls. They said, at the very least, the calls and texts could be considered menacing and harassment. But the voicemail where they mentioned how they like burning my hair was potentially concerning. Potentially.
Yeah.
The officer advised I contact a legal representative in case this person tries to take the bogus invoice to a civil suit court. And they said I'm welcome to change my number, but having the piling evidence if they continue to contact me after I explicitly told them not to in the email would only help me. I reached out to a lawyer Tuesday and left a detailed message regarding the situation. They are apparently out of the office until next Wednesday for the holiday, so we'll see if they have any advice. I've since received many texts and calls from the stylist. They sent a Happy Thanksgiving text on Thursday morning as well.
Happy Thanksgiving, bitch.
For being a bitch.
Regardless, they are giving me a lot of evidentiary material to work with, but I'm so unsettled. I can't wait to hear from the lawyer this week. I'll leave you with a text from this past week, one I think you'll all enjoy. 5:12 a.m., December 4th, 2024. Don't ever say never. You're never coming back. Don't make me laugh. I don't want your ass back. You can beg me, though. Might help. Update number 2.
I'm freaking out. Everything inside of me is crawling.
This
Yuck.
is nuts.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
This situation and update may not be as satisfying as many would have hoped, but here it goes. I met with law enforcement again this past Tuesday. My husband and I drove over early that morning because I was also meeting up with the lawyer I'm working with. Aside from the near constant texts, calls, emails, I wanted to pursue legal action for a specific issue. Allegedly, the stylist tried to have my credit card canceled. Apparently, they used the last 4 digits of my card, called the customer service line for the card, and tried to cancel it. I got a call from the fraud department shortly after this person attempted to do this, trying to verify everything to see if I actually wanted to close my account and dissolve my credit card line with them. To be clear, the stylist was not successful in their alleged attempt. They couldn't provide the basic information you need for such things like my actual last name. It's unusual, and they gave a name that was almost similar. Date of birth, address, etc. Apparently, they thought they could accomplish this with just my name, phone number, and the last 4 digits of the card number. I didn't cancel the card, but did request a new one for obvious reasons. I had no clue why they would want to cancel my card. To inconvenience me? Yep, that's exactly why, allegedly. When I spoke with the credit card company, they agreed to send over the recording of the person that called, as well as the phone number the call originated from, as long as the request came from law enforcement with a warrant. They gave me a phone number and reference number for the police to reach out to directly. The officer began working on that immediately, so that is in progress. I went to my phone company over the weekend. I had my phone number transferred to an old phone so I could still receive calls and texts there, but got a new phone number for my actual phone. The old phone and phone number has been turned over to the officer assigned to my case. They did go and speak with this person yesterday. Apparently they are horrified. I went to the police and had no idea any of what they'd done could be chargeable offenses. According to the officer, there have been no further communications via text or call since their visit, and I haven't received any other emails. A temporary protection and no contact order has been issued against them until the first court date. I have also reached out to the State Board of Licensing with all this information and my complaints. All I can say is they are investigating. Outside of that information, I'm limited to any other information I can share since a legal process against this person has officially begun. We're just waiting to see how this all plays out now. It's been a long few weeks. I'm hoping for the best here. I'm already so relieved to no longer be getting calls, texts, or emails constantly.
And
That's it.
oh my God.
I mean, I think
Yeah, it's
we're not
ended.
gonna
They stopped.
we're not gonna figure out what she was really doing with the. I mean, people said spell jars. Kind of doesn't matter. It's so invasive and weird, and everything she's done afterwards.
Like, we're not going to be able to predict what that person was doing.
That is terrifying. Just
Yeah.
I think when someone calls you and texts you that many times over and over,
Yeah.
it's scary. It's terrifying.
If you're texting someone 4 or 5 messages in a row without a response, what's going on?
I mean, that's a lot of people. I do that to her.
But I'm saying, like, if you're in a fight, like if you're sent, like, and then like time goes by and then you send more, and then time goes by and you send more.
And voicemail.
You could tell someone's not doing well when it's during sleeping, when they should be sleeping.
Yeah, this is at 3 in the morning.
You need their brain to rest, and they're not, and they're spinning, and
Yeah.
This is bad. She did the right thing.
yeah.
There
the
was
phone
no-
thing was brilliant,
No explaining her way out of that.
and like putting it in writing that you didn't want any to cease communication. So then from there on, it was all like unwarranted and just like
Yeah.
that's really, really scary. I feel bad for that person.
I do too, because I just don't see how, I don't know how they're doing. Like, I understand, like, hair. No, I don't.
You understand what?
I don't. I was gonna say, like, when she said
understand
your hair is
nothing.
just so soft, I was like, oh, yeah. But then I was like, but wait a second.
No.
I would say if she were to make it for, like, a wig, okay.
That's why I was like,
There's, like,
But if she had a reason, she would have given that reason.
but she did it.
She had 0 reasons.
and then when she goes, I actually like burning it more than I like collecting it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so you like collecting it.
Yeah.
And you like burning it.
Yeah. How many other people did she do that to?
We don't know.
I've also never heard a $350 charge for breaking up with your stylist.
Yeah, that's when you know this person is.
A non-exclusivity agreement with your
I
stylist.
will say, sending an invoice to someone and the body of it reading for being a bitch
It's almost legend material.
is not this person is not a legend. But that
that's material.
sending an invoice that says for being a bitch is
so
really funny.
Like, they don't give a...
That's a really funny thing that people could do in other circumstances, and I would think is a legendary status. Not in this situation.
No.
Well said.
Also, rural area, is she going to see the stylist?
That's what I got scared about too.
I get scared about that too. It's like at local bar. Hey.
At local bar?
Yeah,
No.
you know, at local bar. Hey.
Hey,
That
no hey.
sucks.
Yeah. These were,
really
I think, the most wild I've ever heard.
These were intense. These
spooky.
were a
Is
lot.
like, I don't even think covers it. Scary.
They're scary. Yeah, these are scary.
But they're like haunting.
Yeah, they're creepy. These are all like people doing unexplainable behaviors.
Like we both almost barfed.
No, I was very close. Like, throw up was here.
Wow.
Like it was right here.
That's got to be a record for this show.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was like right here.
Yeah, you're either crying or throwing up here at Reddit Stories.
Reddit stories, man. They bring it out of you.